in here. Gentlemen. Boom, boom. All right, what's up, man?
What's up?
All right, so we're here at Sea Kindly again. We just got done writing this new e-foil. Want to talk about it a little bit?
Sure.
So, do you know what you got here?
Of course. I got this new e-foil. My mom just got it brand new, and it is this guy says it's super light and that he enjoyed writing it, and I enjoyed writing it too.
So we have
it's a 4'9".
4'9". That's
4'9".
right. So we have the Lift 3 F. So this is the fiberglass version.
Yes.
Okay. Lift 3 F 4'9". It is my first time writing 4'9" fiberglass in the seafoam color.
Mm-hmm.
And it is also my first time writing the light battery. Remember, I was pretty excited about that.
Oh, yeah, he was really excited.
Yeah, so Lift makes 2 batteries. They make a full battery, weighs 28 and a half pounds. And then they make a light battery, and I believe it weighs 20 pounds, about 21 pounds, 20 pounds. So it was my first time writing an e-foil without the 28, any e-foil without the 28-pound battery. So this was super light, super responsive. And obviously you probably get more battery time because you have less weight.
Yes.
How did it feel? So not knowing anything, you did go from light battery to heavy battery. How did that feel?
At first, once you get on, it feels a little weird knowing that there is more weight put on. But once you start going, you start to feel more comfortable with it. And once you start to get off the water, and start to foil, you start to feel a little bit of more weight. But really, there's in my opinion, directly, there wasn't much of a difference.
Okay. Yeah. So that's exactly what's expected. If you don't have that many hours, you really can't tell the difference. So it's good to talk to somebody that kind of knows what they're doing. We have a bunch of reps all over the world now, I guess, and affiliates, and they would be able to tell you what the difference is. For my part, I'm not going to say that it's not easier or not harder, but I would say that it is more sensitive because there's less weight to swing around. So any input that you put in is going to happen quicker. So you have to get used to that. But overall, you have a lighter machine. So it's actually safer because whatever hits you, if it's going to hit you, hopefully not, it's going to be 8 pounds lighter. So, have better chances. All right. So I told you I was going to ask you about your first time e-foiling versus this time. On your first time, and I don't remember that well. I have a lot of clients, so maybe you can remind me, what was your experience like the first time that you came here to Sea Kindly?
The first time, I was incredibly nervous. It's just that everything that I've heard on how it can also be fun, but also a dangerous weapon, and you have to proceed with caution. I felt super nervous at first, just having the thought in my mind that I don't want to start a fire or anything. I was safe, But once I start to go through it, it's knowing all the safety procedures, because you got to know what you're getting into. And when you know what you're getting into, you have to know the safety behind it, of course. So once I got on it, I got really nervous, and I would not. My first time, I just wouldn't dare to start foiling up. I just stayed in the water, just foiling. And I was having a great time still. So I had the best time in my life, really. It's so much fun.
So even on the first time when you were nervous, you had a good time. And
oh yeah.
And you talked about how you kind of made a point that safety was important. That's what I say. I say that if you take a little bit of time, which we did, to go over some of the safety stuff, and you look at the dangers, and then you look like, how are we going to avoid these dangers? Then you're already going into the water way better prepared to do an activity like this. Would you recommend this to just anybody? You're how old? 16?
Yes.
All right. Do you think anybody can do this?
Yeah.
Your mom's trying, right?
Oh yeah, she really wants to do it.
She's gonna do it.
The way I see it, it depends on the person who wants to do it. But the way I see it, of course, anybody could do it. Other than it is fun, it can also, even though it's super hard, hard to think of all the dangers at times. Other than that, it's easy and fun.
When we break it down, because we did, we have our simulator that we use, and we break it down into the steps. And when you came back, I didn't really have to go, hey bud.
Oh, Rocco. Sorry, this is my dog.
Hey, how you doing? You want it? Can you? Beautiful.
Thank you.
Can you
Easy
sit?
to
You
live.
want to interview with us?
Ah,
That's live right there. So
let's do that.
you know
Yes.
when you break it down into the steps, like you came back and you remember the steps. I didn't have to go over the steps with you. All I did was kind of remind you about your footing a little bit and to use your to lean forward and use your weight to control the EFO, not so much the remote, right? And now
course.
after that, you were pretty good. I didn't give you too much in.
Of course, because the way I see it, once you ride, it's all about equilibrium. The equilibrium is balance. And balance is in terms of how much weight you're putting in one leg or the other. Put one leg up front, depending if you are a right hand. Well, actually, I don't even know.
Yeah,
that
if
much
you
about
can be
that.
goofy or regular. So it doesn't
Exactly.
matter which one. But like, what he's good. I like how you put balance isn't about like having balance, but how you balance the weight on the board.
Exactly.
Where you want to like shift your weight forward and you push your balance forward or back to kind of make the board go up and down. I think that's kind of what
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right, so now we talked about your first time. You rode your light battery. You rode the heavy battery. How did it feel today riding? Like you said that the words when you came out of your mouth were, "Hey, I almost dry hair. I only fell 3 times."
Yeah.
So what do you think was the difference from the first time to this time?
The first time, as I say, I was nervous, but the second time, I got more confidence because once you have more experience, you have more confidence, and then you don't get too much confidence, of course, because you don't want to go straight up high.
Very good. Yeah. So we worked within a safety kind of like zone. We want to stay within our skill set, right?
Of course.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you kind of want to like add? I mean, how do you plan to use it? You said you're going to use it off a boat?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to use this. I wanted to use it a lot often, but now that school starting, it's a bit more difficult for the time. But in the weekends, or Fridays, of course, I want to come here and I want to foil. Or if we're going out in the boat, there's plenty of beaches out there in the Caribbean that I can go to and foil there too, because it's so peaceful out there. Sometimes.
And I forgot to introduce you. I mean, I call you Ilu, right?
Yes.
If you want to introduce yourself, but
Of course.
so you're Ilu, or you said the full name is Ilu.
Ilusha.
Cool, man. That's really cool name. I want you to tell us a little bit about what you actually do after school, which is super cool. You play water polo, and
I play for the national team of Puerto Rico in water polo.
Okay.
And there, I am in 16 under group, and I practice in a club called San Juan Cariba, and it's in the natatorium in San Juan.
So you guys go every day to the natatorium?
Yes, and the practices are 2 hours, 6 to 8.
2 hour practice Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday?
Yes, but
you're still gonna find time to e-foil on Fridays?
Of course. I was actually about to ask my mom to see if we could cancel it on Friday.
No, don't cancel your national team practices to come e-foil. That's important, but you can always find time.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So, okay, I always ask people, is there any time that you're out there that you feel like you're in danger?
Yes.
What are some of the things that make you feel that you're in danger? If you want to share, you know what I mean?
I will share
Okay.
gladly. Once you get on, you're on foot, and then once the feeling that you get that you're starting to go up, I get a little bit frightened. But once you lose control and the tip goes higher, and you try to put your weight, but it's not really working as well because once it's a little too high for you, it's a little hard to control. So once I feel the kind of danger, what I do is instead of try to solve the problem, I would, because I know since I'm still a beginner, I would just throw myself sideways or backwards as far away as possible from the e-foil. And since it's important to be in an open space because once you throw out, it's still gonna drift out, and you don't want it to hit anything, right?
So good. So you mentioned two key things. First, you mentioned that like, hey, I do get nervous up here, but I do have a plan. Your plan is like when that happens, you know that you need to get away from it.
Of course.
You also mentioned that you need to be aware of your surroundings and actually plan where you're going to ride this so that you can have enough space to ride it.
Yes.
And also, you know, a lot of people might not think about it. You need to have enough, you know, water below you.
Yes.
That's 28 inches long. It also comes in 32 inches, but you know, you need it like, I would say, like safely like 5 feet at least, just to
At
not
least.
yeah. So, anyways, all right, good. So you have a plan though. So,
Yes. But talking about spaces, I'm sorry to interrupt.
no, that's good.
But there's been there's been going along like a lot of jet skis around here
Traffic.
and boats.
Yeah, so we have boating traffic.
And you have to really pay attention to that, because the way how I think of it is that I think like the boats or the jet skis are trying to kill me, and
That's what I teach them.
that's what he teaches
Yeah.
me.
Every single person that's not you, that's on another vessel, literally is trying to kill you. It's just the best way, man.
Exactly.
If you look at that person and you think, oh no, they see me, they're gonna get out of the way. Just that hesitation right there, that's dangerous.
That's
like what I
super
say
dangerous.
is like, they're gonna kill me. Let me get out of this situation. And
Exactly.
you get out of the situation
Exactly.
immediately.
You must plan.
Yeah.
Like at times there's a lot of boats. Like I remember in one event there were 3 jet skis coming my way and a boat coming the other way.
Mhm.
What I would do is that since they were pretty far apart, I would use the space that I have to turn around not as fast as you can, because if you do it as fast as you can, it's
When
more
you're
dangerous.
a beginner, yeah.
Exactly.
Like, very good. So wider turns when you're a beginner. Good.
Exactly. You have to plan the distance on how far away from
Good.
you.
Yep.
And then with the distance that you have, you would have to slowly but surely turn. Take your time,
Yeah.
because you have to be in a
Get out.
rush
Like
a little
if you're trying to get out of a situation and you fall while getting out of the situation, you're creating another situation. So it's
Exactly.
really good. That's good, man. Good job.
So you have to go around.
Yeah.
Take your time. Exactly. That's how I do it, and that's technically a very good way to do it. Just saying.
All right, let's talk about, a lot of people have the speed thing confused. We talked about that today,
Yes.
right? So a lot of people think there's 15 settings on the remote. And a lot of people think that like the way it's meant to be, you know, is that you just press the trigger and then you just ride at that setting, and then maybe you can go up and down with the plus or minus. It's safe to start that way. That's how we start at school. At the school, we give you a lower setting and we kind of set it and forget it. But the intent, right? The real way that we ride the e-foil, and I know this from experience from, you know, the person that makes the e-foil. You know,
Yeah.
we want it to be an immersive experience, so you have to have that thing up at 15, and it doesn't, you don't get all that power so you can use it. You get more sensitivity out of the trigger, which causes you to have to focus more on what you're doing, which causes you to do exactly what all of us wants to happen, is to come out to do something that's super fun, that's immersive, and that you're in the moment, not like thinking about other things while you're e-foiling. So we definitely want you to eventually get to riding at 15. It doesn't mean you're going to floor it. It just means that, you know, small little twitches of finger are going to have big changes in how you feel. And the feeling is what this e-foil is about. All right?
Yes.
That amazing feeling that we get.
Of course.
Did you feel that today?
I
You went all
felt
the way.
it today.
You were started at 2, and today you went up to 7, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
In one day, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You're halfway there.
Yes. Well, I would really like to talk about this because I know that in this case it is important with the sensitivity, because if you go full on, you're gonna go Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, it's not.
And it's
necessary.
not necessary.
Mhm.
First of all, you're a beginner. Second of all, other than I know you want to, like, if you want to go super fast, don't, because
Good. Don't.
Don't.
You don't. No, you're not ready. Good.
exactly.
That's right.
So the way how I do it is that, as you know, the more you press, the faster you go. You have to be in a speed setting comfortable for you. In my case, it's now 7. And do not go full on. I would usually press halfway
There you go.
or a little more sometimes, but not all the times, of course. Just it depends on what situation you are in, because with this, it's dangerous. There's a lot of times when you're going to be in a difficult situation, and the controller is what really controls, other than your body, the speed and how you manage this beautiful.
So would you say in a dangerous situation, would you go higher or lower? Because, like, you know, it's harder to get up once you're in a sense. Would you go lower to kind of get yourself out of there? That's like that's a good safety
I
thing.
was about to say lower.
Lower. Okay, right. So you would go lower. and then that way, maybe it's something important that you need to do right away, and you don't want to mess up with this if you don't have enough out.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we're almost done. We've got to put it away and stuff like that. So yeah, so definitely use the tools available to you to your advantage. All right. Any questions you have for me? I mean, you used the BB talking at the beginning, so the radios, that was pretty handy to be able to talk to you initially.
It is very handy.
Yeah, so that we have those here at Sea Kindly, and it's how we teach. We have direct contact with the person. That's how we keep them safe. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do you like your setup? He has a Lift 3 F 4.9 28-inch mast with a 250 Surf V2 and a 38 back. That is my go-to rig for all beginners. It gives you the best battery. Oh, so maybe some of you are wondering, how long did the light battery last? I timed you, and I started you at 11, but you started before 11.
Yes.
And you came back like at 11:55, something like that.
Exactly.
So it was definitely 60. There was definitely over 60 minutes. I lost track after that. So that's 1 hour.
Yes. But
so
it's also just saying, I got this from you. Speed is also how the energy, because then the more speed, the faster you go, the more energy is taken away. So technically, you're gonna have to. There's also another reason to control the trigger, because if you want to stay there for a long time, you can't go super fast. Also, it lasts a really long time. But you have to. I forgot the word for it.
Like manage the energy.
Manage the energy.
So what you're talking about is being efficient with the energy you use. So you want, like, a lot of people. Some people just have I've noticed in teaching people, some people have a higher tolerance for speed, where for me it's already fast and I'm good to go. Other people need like 3 more knots to be happy. So those people, the battery will last less. That's it, period. Like, that's just their or maybe they weigh, we're about 150. They weigh maybe 200 pounds. Their battery, the lift equation, however you want to apply it to foils, hydrofoils, more weight, less time. That's period. That you need more lift, so that more lift is more energy, so less time. That's kind of what you're saying. So yeah, exactly. So also, you can make the battery last longer, or you can eat it up in 45 minutes.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. That's right. It's in the experience. Wow, beautiful boat.
Beautiful boat.
Nice.
Nice.
Anyway, anything else you want to add? Do you want to talk about how to flush it, or
of course.
All right. So I'll just go through that real quick. There's a lot of videos on this, but you want to make sure that, I'll tell you, go to the videos. Anything has to do with the boards, go to the videos. Lift has all of the videos on everything that you have to do. Right? You said you watched a lot of videos.
I've watched a lot. I know how to flush from here.
Good.
I know how to, and you just taught me how to flush.
Yeah, that's a little secret there.
It's a little secret. Yeah. I didn't know it was there.
Yeah, let's share so people don't kind of like, oh, he told us and now you're not telling us. Well, like, when you put the nose cone on here, right, there's 2 sides to it.
Yes.
So they come around, they go around the mast, and then there's 3 screws that go in there. Inside of here are 3 cables and the cooling tube. And you can actually, if you shoot high pressure water into here, you can get fresh water to come in behind this and touch the back end, or I guess the front end of the motor. And there's a few connections 3 connections that are back there. And it's not a bad idea to get fresh water in there. It's not a bad idea to get fresh water here, and inside the prop.
Yes.
I just try to get fresh water down here and through the system as much as I can. Believe it or not, if you want to see what a beat up board looks like, this is our simulator, and I never wash this, and I never really wash the top with fresh water, especially the neoprene handles, because the chlorine and the water that we have here degrades this pretty badly. So, and I remember I told you, if you get water inside, which you're not supposed to, if you do, look at the videos or call Lift. You can shoot water in there. It's waterproof. Of course. Obviously you're not going to shoot it like at high. You're going to put a pressure washer in there. It's like, a little bit of water, get the salt water out and let it dry.
Yes.
Should we tell them the trick about the lid?
Of course.
All right.
Okay, about this lid. Because you cannot store this.
You might not be in the frame. I think it's like right up to here. Yeah.
Sorry. You cannot store this beautiful lift.
You can if you want to, but you should not.
But you shouldn't. Yeah. Exactly. You can't leave it closed, because once you close it, you're putting a lot of pressure. 45 degrees, by the way.
45 degrees.
Sorry.
This is my room.
And there's these
This is
rubber, like,
the gasket, the seal.
the seal,
Yeah.
that once you like squish it too much, because if you leave it closed too much, it's gonna squish it,
Yeah.
and therefore once you start foiling, water will get in. There will be a leakage. So that's why it is utmost important to leave it not like open, but the way that he has it.
Yeah, I
This
have my
way.
latches down, and then the latch catches. I mean, the latch is here. So this is, this is the latch and the latch catch. You want that engaged, and it doesn't let it go down. That's just to let this breathe, and you want this seal in here, the gasket, to kind of like squish out and be as thick as possible, and then it'll always make a good seal. He said something about 45 degrees. Our hinges here are 110 degree friction hinges. They're attached to the board with 3 screws, and to the lid with 3 screws. There's 2 of them. So my rule of thumb is I don't go past 45. I also don't let anybody else open up my lid in case they want to like push it all the way open.
Oh.
So you can't go past 110 degrees, and be careful, because if you do, you're going to bend the hinge, and then you'll get water intrusion every time. That's all I got, man.
Of course.
Anything else you want to add? Dude, good job today.
Thank you.
Good job.
You're an amazing teacher.
Thank you. I hope to, have you coming back on Fridays. Don't skip practice. I don't want to be responsible for any teams losing.
Wow.
You're an important part of the team.
I am MVP.
Oh, you are? Nice, dude. Well, good. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for this is podcast number 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Good job, man. Thank you.
I feel honored to be one of the first ones to do these podcasts.
All right.